Well, some say he can actually cure the sick as well as help the poor and encourage everybody to help others as the Lord would want. Now, a healer known as Nino Fidencio, they say, continues to cure the sick and help the poor despite the fact he actually died back in the 1930s.
News4 San Antonio's Gary Cooper sits down with his followers who believe his divine spirit is in Divine, Texas.
It's definitively South Texas. The tiny town of Divine is where Pete Ballesteros holds Mass in his shed.
The gift that I got, or the gift that God gave me, I like to share it with everybody. I don't want to keep it to myself. I want everybody to share it.
Every other Sunday, Ballesteros disappears into this room. The faithful pray the rosary, then Ballesteros comes out, but it's not him.
He takes over. I'm just his body. His spirit is the one that takes over.
Ballesteros says it's the ghost of El Nino Fidencio, a Mexican healer or curandero taking over Ballesteros' body. People like Ruby Jimenez swear by him. Jimenez's mother-in-law was sick and says medicine wasn't working.
We figured out what her symptoms were, and so we made her a tea. And, you know, you're kind of skeptical at first because, you know, this is kind of not traditional medicine, you know, so she took the tea, and within a week she was doing really good. The pain had subsided, and she was fine.
Ballesteros says it started 23 years ago when he was living in Pearsall.
I was having problems, and I went into a deep depression back in that time. And I quit eating, quit sleeping. I went to about 5 or 6 months of nothing but nightmares.
Someone told him to look for El Nino Fidencio in Mexico. Ballesteros headed south, but El Nino had been dead for decades. But Ballesteros says El Nino's spirit was alive and well.
It was a change on my life all of a sudden that I don't know how to explain that. But the thing of it is that once I found him, I didn't want to let him go. So I stayed with him 3 years.
He says El Nino ordered him to come home.
I tried to help people without taking any medication because I know the medication will hurt their body, the biggest part of the medication will hurt your organs. Gloria al Padre, gloria al Hijo y al Espíritu.
This woman, who did not want to be identified, sprained her ankle years ago and says it still causes pain to this day. El Nino first prays, then a blessing. The process lasts a few minutes. The woman is seated and El Nino mixes a batch of oils and cream, and the healing starts.
This little bone right here.
Everyone who comes offers something, usually cash and always food. It's not sanctioned by any organized religion. Ballesteros is the first to say it's not for everyone.
That they can come. They can come and see for themselves. Because there's no money involved on this. It's just my time involved with these people.
But says he and El Nino will welcome anyone who needs a little help. In Divine, Texas, Gary Cooper, News 4, San Antonio.
San Antonio's most accurate forecast. 4-zone weather.
Yeah, I'm just saying, during thunderstorms, my grandma used to go out with a butcher knife and cut the air. It would quit. Thank you. All right. So, it works. 50s and 60s up.